Hey everybody, this is us gonna be starting a Valkia campaign here. This is the corn version of the Warriors of Chaos, run very hard, and let's get this started here. So first off, we're gonna be loading in here. We're gonna see everything that's going on here. We're in the winter north, where everything is super far apart and everything is super terrible. And it's gonna be extra terrible for them, because we're gonna kill all of them. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne. Let's go ahead and get everybody joined together in one big righteous army here with Cormac. We're gonna go ahead and take a quick look at his details. He's got unearthly reflexes, so he's super tanky. We're gonna reforge him for the Gore Queen. Save him for later, just in case we do need him. And he dies, but let's go ahead and grab everybody here, taking a quick look at our upgrade tree. Now, one of the cool things about the Warriors of Chaos is that we can build them up here, and they will level up with us if we use this tree. Costs a little bit of money and a little bit of experience points to get to the higher tiers, but overall we're just going to go ahead and kill these dark elves that are right here in front of us. Or the blood must flow, so we can go ahead and continue to gain experience and everything. So we're going to use a pretty basic strategy here. Big guys in the middle, weaker guys at the flanks, and then of course our cavalry and light dog units at the very far flank. Some very basic strategy here. Again, you can see the leadership debuff there, smidge on the left. Viewer had some eagle eyes there, and that'll go ahead and show that we are indeed on a very hard difficulty. They get some pretty sick buffs across the board as well, about 10% roughly across everything, and we get a smine or nerf to leadership, and they get a pretty big boost to leadership there. So again, I'm gonna go ahead and flank around here. Very basic strategy, making them group up. Now, what we're gonna be seeing here from not only their buffs is that they're going to be kind of forming that little circle formation, getting ready for us, and they're going to be positioning their archer first to shoot at our Lord Valkia here, consort of Khorne. So we're just going to go ahead, dodge a couple arrows there, get in nice and tight onto their lord there, who's a small little mage. Ain't going to be any problems for our Gore Queen to handle. We're going to go ahead and start flanking in there with everybody, ordering our men to go in there. We've got Cormac going in and murdering everybody there. We've got all of our units running in, and as you can see, as the dogs just sweep in there on the archers, and we're just sending some men and our skull crushers of Khorne, absolutely obliterating these guys. You just, boom, look at them. They're going flying. Blood, guts everywhere. Half their health is already gone. And our passive buffs for worshipping the blood god, making our guys absolute menaces in melee, meaning that we're just trading well across the entire board here. Their only really threatening units is their lord and their archers. The rest are, for the most part, just straight garbage. Our dog units are equally garbage there, hence pretty much so they actually took a little bit of damage. Just gonna go ahead and charge them in. They're not super important because they themselves cannot upgrade, so really they're just filler units here as we just absolutely smash them to pieces. And then we're gonna go ahead, our skull crushers to clean those guys up nicely, so let's get a nice rear charge here into our men. Looks like they got their big bonus to damage and leadership. Keep queuing in, so now is the perfect time to kill them all super fast. Boom, bodies flying everywhere. Units completely disorganized, getting ripped to flipping pieces. Look at all this. Our beautiful skull-mounted hats, and they've already given up and we've won. It's just how it is whenever you worship the greatest of gods, Khorne. Blood for the blood god, skulls for the skull throne, and corn for the cornflakes, as they say. Absolute hilarity. We are going to go ahead, just clean them up here, making sure that we have as little survivors as possible. Even though that it's not going to be the biggest deal here, it'll go ahead and give our units just that smidge more EXP as we clean them up. Let's end it up here. And we can just see the kills we got. Decisive victory, of course. Nothing but the easiest. We're going to go ahead and grab some souls and money just to go ahead and get our money flowing there.
Valkia
And
the Bloody.
since now we're going to be able to take their city here, we're just going to quickly
I relish
grab
such power.
some level ups, just making sure everybody does that. Now here, we're actually going to reforge them later, so we're actually going to be putting points into a worse ability called Training, which actually allows us to gain slightly more EXP per battle, just so we can get our guys to that higher tier. And we're going to heal over the next 2 turns here, so this will go ahead and give us this and vassalize the Norsican faction to our left here. These guys, they're going to go ahead and just be ours then from here on in. And they're going to join our wars and do everything we want them to do. And we're going to go ahead, just grab this quick thing for construction costs to be lower. We got a little bit of armor and stuff, and we're going to go ahead. There's no more units to recruit. We did thankfully recruit all of them beforehand, but we will grab this to go ahead and grab a little bit more souls from battles if we're fighting the forces of order. Then we'll also get a little bit more EXP for battles, but really souls super early game is important, just so we don't have to worry about running out before, you know, the battles really start flowing. We just start killing everything. We've got a couple tech options here that we're going for. Ultimately, we're going to be going up this top tree here to get that extra weapon strength, and then we're going to be going for the honed blades there. We're not going to hover over it for just until a second, but ultimately what that'll do is that'll give our dual weapon guys that are really good against infantry bonus charge damage, so when they get in there they can get that extra smidge of damage going, and give them that rage ability as well. So then as they continue to fight, they'll last longer, take less damage. Now normally you'd go ahead and grab these gifts of chaos right away, but neither of these really do anything for us right now, and then they do have an upkeep cost, so we're actually going to hold off just for a smidge here, and we're actually going to activate them on our following turn, because while we could, you know, upgrade, you know, the amount of damage we deal with our marauders, but we're not going to be fighting anybody for a little bit. Unfortunately, way up here in the north, there is just absolutely nothing. So there's quite a few turns between what you want to do and what you will be doing. So we're going to go ahead. We got some banners. We got some missions completed here. So we're going to go ahead, equip our stuff here. Potion of Foolhardiness, Shield of Tholos, and then the Banner of Rage. And then we're going to go ahead and start moving down towards these Dark Elves here, who are going to be the rest of our first target, since they were our starting enemy. We're going to be just running on down here. We've got a couple stances that we can do, but we're just going to run to the very edge of our borders there. And then we're going to go ahead, grab whatever unit we can, which is the dog unit. Double check to see if there's any super duper crazy lords that we can recruit. We do have the DLC, so we can recruit blood speakers, but for right now we're not going to be doing anything like that. We are going to go ahead and just grab our bonuses here. It's going to be pretty nifty to go ahead and do so. Just get those out of the way, so then they'll all trigger. This will go ahead, give us some demons to recruit, and make it so our lower tier units, the marauders, have 8 more melee attack and a lot more health regeneration on the end turn. So we can go ahead and just keep the blood flowing for Khorne. So first off, we're going to go ahead, take a look. We've got some gifted units we can recruit here with those demons, because we did that. And we're going to go ahead and take Ashrak here. Super easy fight, not even really worth fighting out here, because we've got a ton of guys that got like nobody, and there are a couple options here to get souls and stuff, but we're just going to be taking this city here. Ultimately, we're just going to be giving it away anyway, because we don't really gain anything. These little buildings do virtually nothing for us. We're just going to go ahead and grab this one here. It gives us potentially a couple more souls and a magic item if we're lucky. If we fight a battle nearby, grab a little bit even more souls there. Just keep getting those souls for Khorne, keeping everything moving and flowing. And then it looks like there's a couple more units we can grab. We're only going to grab one of them there, because that one is maxed out there. So ideally, you want to grab most of the Marauders and the Marauder Horsemen, but if there is something that is 1 of 1, then we can't actually get any more of those. So we grab those first, because the other ones, they can keep building up there. Like if it's 2 out of 3, then there could be another one coming up. So again here, we can't even make it, even though we took the movement speed to the next battle here. Everything seems to be like 2 movements away. We do have a couple more options here that we can look at, but ultimately, there isn't really too much better than just a little bit more regen, so we're just going to stay in our territory and just keep it moving here.
The cold is unnoticeable.
We've got 4 more turns for our better weapons per gift of corn, so let's go ahead and keep it moving here. So we're going to go ahead and take the chill road here. Going to go ahead and grab those units that we saw from before, get those marauders that we can upgrade later. Go ahead and upgrade them with our marker corn. We'll give them frenzy, which is basically 10% more damage and 10% more melee attack, which is also chance to hit. So it'll be really super duper crazy to go ahead and do so. That's why corn trades super well against basically everything here. And we're going to go ahead and take the chill road, nice and easy. We're going to go ahead here, just keep grabbing those just to see if we can get just a couple more souls here, a couple more magic items. Not the biggest deal.
There will always
be go ahead and keep our troops healing. We've got, of course, just a few more turns. Going to go ahead and turn here and see if we can go ahead and take out Grodd. Now we're going to first go ahead and see if we can diplomacy our way, because ultimately killing them is the goal. Well, but really vassalizing them is the ultimate thing here, because once we beat them, they're going to go ahead and serve us, give us more money to continue fueling our war efforts. They want none of it though, so we'll just go ahead, nice and easy, and just go kill them. Not too much we need to do here. Grab just a little bit more of that experience points there. Keep our guys leveling, powerful, super duper cool there. And we're going to take out Grodd. It'll be a super easy victory here. Just basically auto-resolve that. We didn't lose literally anyone for doing so. We'll go ahead and occupy it there. Path to glory unlocked there for our man, so he's doing great. And then this time we'll go ahead and give them their big city we just took, because it doesn't do anything for us. And we'll go ahead and offer actually to join their silly war that they're actually a part of. And then that will convince them to serve us for all eternity in the Chaos Gods. So,
of course,
I mean, that it is what it is when it comes to serving the Chaos Gods for all eternity. All you need is to offer them one city back of like a couple hundred people, and boom, they're all about it. So we're going to go ahead and sell them this city as well, and sell them this other city. Again, they don't really give us anything unless we're fighting right next to it. We'll see if they want to rejoin the war that they just had us join. Doesn't look like they really want to, but it's okay. We'll go ahead, sell them the city we stole from them for a ton of money. Now we're flush with cash here. They serve us for all eternity, and we heal inside their territory. We're going to go ahead and heal a little bit faster with that one, and keep going ahead and upgrading our guys. This one will go ahead and buff all of those marauders and little units as we continue our fight. This will be our path of glory here. We got the breakable for our guy. He's a little bit tankier, a little bit more health. And then we also have the option to devote him to corn. That does take a lot of souls, so we're going to hold off for now, because getting that bonus experience for now is going to be super helpful. We're going to go ahead and keep upgrading our city here so we can keep it rolling with power as we get more and more powerful buildings to get more and more money. Now we're going to go ahead and end that turn here, as we're going to look at our next one, which is Crow and Hellebrand here. It's going to be our biggest enemy for part 2 as we go ahead and demolish her. We've got a couple more marauders to recruit, so we're going to go ahead, combine our demon units, get rid of them, and combine some dog units just to kind of heal them up, and then make sure that we can keep grabbing units that we can indeed upgrade down the tree. And because those will be our mortal champions that we'll need, we'll go ahead and then just make sure we are moving to the inside of our territory in there. Right at the edge, you can see it's blue, where our allies will heal us, and then we will have the option to go ahead and heal up over that end turn there before we go ahead and strike out and grow Hellebrand's territory.